So, funny story. It's December 26th. All the cookies are gone. All the cake is gone. Well, not all of them, but most of them. I'm done eating them, put it that way. December 26th, I decide, oh, you know what? I'm not waiting till New Year's Eve to make a change, or January 1st. I need to start now. So being a mom over 50, well, I am 50 now, who's pretty much close to being an empty nester. I have one daughter left who has one foot out the door, but that's okay. I'm working on my evolution of giving myself grace and learning new things. And being as though I have more time for myself, I'm focusing more on the things that I need to accomplish. Anyhow, it's December 26th, right? I've eaten everything. The cookies, the cakes, and everything's fat-free, calorie-free during the holiday season. So with that being over, I'm like, I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna do something crazy because I'm evolving now. And this is the time for me to do new things because I can do hard things, right? I can do hard things. So I'm looking around, I'm saying, you look on social media for inspiration, and I'm looking and I said, ooh, 75 hard. Wow, 75 hard looks good, right? So 75 hard is a program that you do for 75 days. And with 75 hard, you do, I think you have to drink a certain amount of water. You have to do two workouts a day for 45 minutes. One needs to be outside, one needs to be inside. I'm thinking to myself, I can do that. I can go walking during the day and then maybe do Pilates for 45 minutes at night. Okay, those are not strenuous workouts. It's 75 hard and I'm 50, not crazy, right? So I'm like, okay, for someone who hasn't worked out in a while, this seems cool for me. Then some of the other requirements are, drink water, take a picture every day. And if you don't follow along the steps, you got to start all over from day one. So I can do hard things. I'm going to do 75 hard-ish. So one of the other rules is that you have to read a book. And for the longest time, I've been using Audible. And later in the story, you'll probably determine why I use Audible. So anyhow, it says that you have to read a personal development book. I'm that girl who loves personal development. If you've seen any of my other videos, go back and take a look to see how I got here. I will tell you that I've probably read a large majority of the personal development books. I'm going to say listened to for the last several years, not really read. So, December 26th comes. I'm so excited. I'm souped. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go on Amazon and I'm going to find my book and I'm going to order my book. So, I find this book called The Comfort Crisis. And I'm like, look at that. The timing is crazy, right? The stars are aligned. It's got to be a message. The comfort crisis. Because this mom is getting out of her comfort zone. I'm going to get this book. So I order the book and I'm like, I want a hard copy. They only have soft copies. Okay, I got to find the hard copy. And will it be here in time? Because this is longer than 2 days. But I'm going to start right away. So maybe I'll read something else until the book comes. But The Comfort Crisis is the book that I'm going to read. The Comfort Crisis. See? This is the book. The reviews on this book is awesome. It talks about exactly what I'm dealing with, getting out of my comfort zone, hence the YouTube videos, and hopefully you can notice each time I do one, it's just a little bit better because I'm getting more comfortable as I'm getting out of my comfort zone. So, I'm going to tell you about the awkward money moment, hence the title of the video, right? So, the book comes, and I'm excited. I'm like, okay. The book comes, I'm not doing resolutions because I don't do resolutions because I don't want to set myself up for a date to start and then put pressure on myself and say, oh, well, you didn't do it because you resolved to do it. No, I'm going to do a lifestyle change. I'm doing 75 hard because I think I'm a little 50 and crazy or more 50 and a little crazy. Anyhow, I get the book. You see it? Hope you could read this book. This looks really good, right? So I open up the book, and I look, and I'm like, oh, this book looks good. And I'm looking, and I'm looking, and then there goes the face. The face that I know is going to cause wrinkles right here and right here. And I'm looking at the book, and I'm like, whew. Now I remembered why I use Audible and don't read books the way that I used to. Okay, So the little ants that were sitting on the page trying to move, it told me, Shania, they don't make this font any bigger. So what you're going to do is you're going to go see your eye doctor. So it's January, comes January, you know, new year, new you, and starts the whole cycle with doing all the doctor's appointments, the cardiologist, your primary care, the new blood work, and I made an appointment with the eye doctor. My eye doctor's phenomenal. I've been going to him for years. So anyway, I go in. It's about 6 o'clock, and he pulls me in the back room. We go over everything. He asks how the kids are, how's my husband doing, all the niceties, and we start doing the exam. And he takes me in the back to take pictures of my eye where I have to look down a tube, and he goes, the flashing light in your eye. Did that. Then we go into the other room, the exam room, and I'm sitting down. I said, listen, Dr. P, listen, I'm getting a hump on my neck. I got a hump on my neck because when I read my phone, I'm like this. I work on computers all day. So when I'm on my computer, I'm like this. I get so close to the thing that you would think we were dating. That's how close I am when I look at the computer. I said, I know you said that my prescription hasn't changed much. I said, but what I can tell you that I can't read a book the way that I used to. And looking at the screen and the television, my eyes hurt. So he says, all right, Shania, I'm going to get you glasses. So I'll get you a prescription for, he's like, you use those all the time. I'll get you a prescription for computers, reading, and your phone. I said, perfect, that's what I need because I'm turning into Quasimodo over here. So please. So he says, okay, Shania, how far do you want the book to be? So I'm like, I guess this is about right. So I try to hold my arm out to see how far my phone would be. So we start doing an exam for that. So he's measuring and he's testing and everything. And then after that, he goes and he puts the eye drops in my eyes to numb them because the fun part's going to start. So he does a numbing. After I tried to read all the letters that I couldn't see, as I'm squinting in the machine going HTZ3, and he's like, what's better? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 2? Is it 3? And as I'm squinting, trying to figure out what's better. What's better? Is it the blur that's better? Or is it how the word moves up to the side that's better? And he's going, is it 3? Is it 4? Take your time. And I'm taking my time and I'm squinting. I'm like, okay. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we go through the whole exam. So he's like, all right, this is what I'm going to get you. And I say, hey, how about something for film for the lights at night? Because now all these new cars have this weird LED lights that'll blind you and hypnotize you as you're driving. So he's like, okay, we'll get the blue blocker. That's also good for this and it's good for that. Whatever works, Doc, thanks. So he does the thing with the poof and he's like, oh, don't move, I'm not going to hurt you. He's got the thing right in my eyeball. He's like, don't move, I'm not going to hurt you. Yeah, tell it to my eye that keeps squinting because it's like, all right, you can tell me all you want that you're not going to hurt me, but my eye automatically squints. So I'm holding it in, I'm trying to keep my eye open. He does it. Fine. So now the best part starts, right? I get to go pick out my new glasses. So I'm a 50-year-old starting on YouTube, mom, trying to evolve with grace, trying to learn new things, do new things, get out my comfort zone, get out the comfort crisis, right? So I'm like, I'm going to find some really nice glasses that are going to look good. So I go out into the lobby. He says, all right, Johnny, look, this is what you're going to do. You're going to pick out your glasses. Then you're going to bring them back to me. And I'm going to measure to see, where the progressive, the transition, the progressive, hopefully, you'll understand what progressive is if your vision starts to go. Anyhow, he does all that. So now I'm looking and I'm trying on different shades and my glasses are off, right? My glasses are off and I'm looking at all the glasses. I'm like, oh, these are cute, but they have cat eyes. Oh, these too small. My head's too big for those. Can't wear those. And I'm like, ooh, those are nice. So you figure a good 15 minutes. And I can see the receptionist looking at me. And while she's looking at me, I go over to her and I say, what do you think of these? What do you think? How do you think these look? And she says, oh, those are really nice. And she says, they come in all different colors. I said, please don't tell me that. I'm awful with A and B decisions. Please, this is hard enough. If these look good, tell me they look good. She's like, yeah. I said, okay. I said, you know what, though? maybe these aren't fun enough. I need something fun. I'm not wearing them all the time. These expensive name brand glasses are 3 years old and they're wonderful. So sometimes you get what you pay for. These are great frames. So I'm looking, and little did this poor woman know that she was going to be a spectacle stylist. Yes, because I asked her about 10 times, excuse me, what do you think of these? And I'm like, she must hate that, because there's no way in the world that I am the only person that tries on glasses and says, hey, what do you think of these? How about these? You think these make me look younger? What do you think? Do these look fun? The poor woman. So now I'm like looking at her. I'm like, I'm so sorry. So I finally found a pair of glasses. Now, mind you, I'm holding my glasses in my hand because I've got 15 pairs of glasses and I'm trying them on. And then I end up putting them out on the table because every time I tried to put them up on these little thingies, they would fall. So now I'm trying to put the glasses over. I go pick one up. My head hits the other glasses. They fall. I said, okay, enough of me trying to do my part and getting this place cleaned up. I'm going to put these on the table. But I held on to my glasses because I was so afraid that I would put my glasses with the other ones and lose them, right? So I finally find these glasses and I'm like, they're beautiful. They're so beautiful. I had to be doing this maybe about a good 20 minutes. So you're figuring it's close to 7 o'clock at night. My eye doctor comes out and he says, listen, Shania, I'm leaving, but the other doctor's here. You pick out your glasses, gonna give them to him, and he'll do all your measurements and you're good to go. I said, thank you so much. All right, I think I've got my pair. I finally got my pair. This nice doctor comes out. He comes out from the other side and he's talking to me. I said, look, I found a pair. I found a pair. So I put my glasses on and I look down, and this is where the awkward money part comes. I look down and I see these glasses and they are $515. And what's funny is they look very similar to these that I have on. They're nice, a little different shape, but the color scheme is pretty much the same. So I think they're $515. And then now that I have my glasses on, I can see even better. So I'm looking, oh, Ferragamo. Okay, that's why they're $515. Yeah. So now I'm uncomfortable. Now, we save money in a health savings account because we're responsible. We're trying to be better. Over the years, we've lived and learned. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, I have insurance. So when she does the insurance, because I usually get a good deal, if I get the right price glasses, my frames are free. So she's going to do the thing. So she does all the work. I'm like thinking, okay, well, there's a discount on these $500 glasses. Well, then you pay for the progressive. And you pay for the light thingy and the blue blocker and all these things and the UV, because if you get the blue blocker, you really should get the UV. So I'm like, all right. So she totals it up. And she's like, all right, well, it's $409. And I said, $409? And she says, yeah. I said, did you put that through the insurance? Because if they're $5-something and you do the insurance, shouldn't they be cheaper? So she's like, yeah, well, the glasses were $270, and when you add up all the other stuff, it comes to $409. So I was like, ouch. So now I'm in a dilemma. Because I am Shania, who is a recovered spendaholic, a person who doesn't really pay attention to the prices of things. But I'm very good now as an older person after I went to the School of Hard Knocks and got that PhD that I help other people with budgeting. It is after 7. I'm sure these people want to go home. So they're standing there. Now I'm feeling awkward. I'm like, okay, what about if I'm going to put this on my credit card and I'll reimburse myself with my HSA? So this way, because I'm a smart shopper, I'm going to get the 25% that I get on my credit card because I've had 20 purchases just for that. And then I'll pay it like I do all the other stuff on that card, like I pay my bills. I'll pay it off and get the points. Okay. So then she looks at me and she says, oh, there's a 3% surcharge on the credit card. If you use a credit card, I'm like, what? I don't want a surcharge. So I'm doing the math in my head. I'm like, oh, that's over $12. $12. I said, I don't like surcharges. I don't like surcharges. So now I'm sitting there reading the room and I'm like, this man wants to go home. This poor stylist, spectacle stylist that she didn't know she was, that I gave her the job, wants to go home too, right? So I'm looking and I'm like, crap. I'm moving side to side. I'm like, what would Dave Ramsey say about that? Now, I've learned some things from Dave along the way and a lot of other people. But I'm like, what would Shania say? The person that helps other people with their budgets, the person that helps other people with their behavior when it comes to personal finance. Now I'm having an internal struggle, right? The angel and devil are on my shoulder, and I'm like, I hear you both. I hear you. And she's looking at me. And at first I'm like, oh, look, I have $400 in cash because I didn't go to the bank. I was going to make a deposit when I left here. Here's the $400. Here's the $400. Because they want to go home. I can tell they want to go home. And then I looked at her and I said, she's like, are you okay? I said, no, I'm not okay. I was expecting to get the free frames. I said, $409 was not what I planned to pay for a new pair of glasses. It's like, these are for reading and for the books and for the phone. I really don't want to pay that kind of money. And I said, I'm having an internal struggle. I said, because the person that I am helps people with their personal finance. So for me to be in a position to spend money when I know that there are other glasses that I can find for these purposes that will be just as nice or just as nice to me, free nice to me, I really need to find a different pair of frames. I hope you forgive me. I'm so sorry for inconveniencing you. And she's like, oh, Shania, it's all right. You just go back and look. So I'm like, thank you so much. Thank you. So I go back into the little room that she can still see me. I'm still in the other room. So now I'm looking at glasses. And I'm looking. Again, don't have my glasses on. So I'm looking because I'm trying them on. But now I'm using my glasses and I'm looking at the little sticker in the inside of the arm. And of course, these look beautiful. Oh, of course they're beautiful. Those are $5.99. Nope, not in the budget because I think my free frames are up to $200. I go get another pair. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, these are pretty. Oh, these are pretty. And I'm like, oh, I look and I'm like, $4.99. Nope, not doing it. Not doing it. Look at another pair, $4.17. I'm like, why don't they have these sectioned out? The ones that are up to $200, the free section, and then you have the other ones in the I want to spoil myself section, or Mrs. Ellensworth. So I'm trying on the glasses and I can see her looking at me and I turn my head and I go, clearly I was born to the wrong family because I'm picking out the wrong glasses. And she started laughing. I'm glad she got a chuckle out of it because she's probably like, lady, I want to go home. I want to eat dinner. Please go. So anyway, I look and I see now I put my glasses on. I'm looking. I see some brands that I recognize. I'm like, ooh, Guess. They can't be that bad, right? Coach. And who is this Longchamp guy? All right. So I'm going. I'm trying not to panic. And I'm picking out a glass. I'm like, just go with a black frame. Just go with a classic black frame. You'll be fine. So I go and I find these glasses and I look at them and I look at the price tag. And it was $179. I'm like, my glasses are free to $200. I want a 199.99 pair of glasses so I can get the full benefit of my free $200 glasses. But then I look at my new spectacle stylist and she's looking at me and she's like, she walks over. I'm like, oh God. She's going to be like, I'm picking these glasses out for you because you were taking too long and I need to go. She comes over and she hands me my $400 in cash. She goes, I don't feel comfortable holding this. Here, take the money back. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And I said, oh, I found a pair of glasses. I don't know what brand they were. I don't know what brand they were. It doesn't matter what brand they were because they're getting slapped on the side of my head and I really don't care. When I found these glasses, yes, they have the G's on them. I didn't pick them out for the G's. I picked them out for them because they were pretty. And at the time, I had a nice amount of money in my HSA and it was a splurge. And I've been using these every year because I'm content with the glasses. So I go and I pay for my glasses. I go up to the counter and I'm happy. I'm like, look. And then she says, these don't tell me they come in a different color. So I get the glasses. I go in the back. He measures me. He's like, look at my nose. And he's like pointing. He's doing the measuring tape to figure out, okay, where the progressive is. All right, cool. All's right in the world. So I go and I go up to go pay for the glasses. She pulls out the folder again. She starts ringing it up. And I'm like, now I'm excited. I'm going to leave here with what? A $20 copay? This is good. So the glasses were free. And by the time she got finished, I still end up paying not only $200, but $209. What are the odds that the 9 is just like it was when it was $409? But that's okay. I paid the $209. I said, these are the glasses that are going to keep me from dating my screen, from getting all close to it. These are the glasses that are going to help me read The Comfort Crisis. These are the glasses that are going to make my eyeballs not hurt at the end of the night. These are the glasses that are going to prevent me from hunching over, turning into Quasimodo. Working on that. Got to do all this. One of the things that you learn after you spend so much time on social media, well, not necessarily social media, I do a lot of reading and things on my phone, is that it will really mess up your posture. And I used to be a person who had very good posture to the point where my head looked like it was up in the air. So this condition from sitting over like this or dating my computer screen, it's not good. So anyway, long story. But I really, the lesson in this is sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone and advocate for yourself and speak what you need and what is best for you. I would say a couple years ago, and almost at that visit, I would have paid the $409, kicked myself, the self-beating I would have given myself. I would have kicked myself multiple times for not advocating for myself. The lesson in this is speak up, but if you speak up with kindness. Sometimes humor, because if you speak up with humor, then maybe you brighten someone's day, someone that wants to go home and eat dinner, and they're probably sick of you. At least you'll have a story at the dinner table. Have you ever had an experience like that where you were going to make a decision because it was the easiest decision, but you know it wasn't best for you? Well, if you did, please feel free to share it. Again, I'm Shania. Thank you for joining me and listening to my crazy story on my awkward money moment. And for coming back, please take the time to like and subscribe, because I am new to this, getting out of my comfort zone, trying to explore a new journey, try something new, and hopefully I can give something back to you guys. Thank you so much and have a great day.